Hello there Internet, Mogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today I am very excited to showcase off the epitome of degeneracy, a deck to rule them all, a deck that was forged in the fires of misery and tilt in a stream that I had yesterday where everything just kept going wrong as I tweaked it again and again to make it work, and we finally did it. We finally have one of my most proud creations ever, and that is 4 billion IQ right here. A deck that is the result of a dream, and that dream involved Omnispell Adept in conjunction with Apex of Power. So Omnispell Adept is a 5-mana 3/4 human wizard with the ability that says the following: you tap 3 mana and the creature itself, and you are able to cast an instant or sorcery card from your hand without paying its mana cost. When I saw this card, I dreamed of how I could exploit this ability, in the most degenerate way possible, and then I stumbled upon Apex of Power. Apex of Power is a 10-mana sorcery spell that exiles the top 7 cards of your library. Until the end of your turn, you may cast non-land cards exiled this way, and if this card was casted from your hand, you gain 10 mana of any one color. So the idea is that with Omnispell Adept, we just play 3 mana to cast Apex of Power, effectively ramping 7 mana, and also drawing, quote-unquote, 7 cards from your deck to abuse this. And the reason why we try to do this is to play Omniscience. I don't know, my stream said I pronounced this card very poorly. I'm gonna go Omniscience because it sounds very epic. Whether it's proper English or not is none of your concern, to be honest. Omniscience is a 10-mana enchantment that gives you the 4 billion IQ that this deck, represents, as it enables you to cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. So the ultimate win condition of this deck, I can't get enough of this. It's with Niv Mizzet. Just sit back and just view this degeneracy come to be. Like, when you understand how this works, it's absolutely glorious. It is a blue player's wet dream. Niv Mizzet Perun. God, one day I'll pronounce these cards right. Niv. I call him Miniv. Niv here deals 1 damage, as you guys know, for every spell, instant or sorcery spell that is casted, as it enables you to draw a card, and whenever you draw a card, you deal 1 damage. So the idea is to have Niv on the board alongside Omniscience. So you play Omniscience, then you play Niv from your hand, and then you go to work. Every instant or sorcery card in this deck will enable you to draw another card. They will all cost no mana. It's basically a storm deck in that sense, and what I mean by storm is that you just go crazy on it. Because you have no limit to your plays. We have 4 Chemist's Insight to ensure that we don't run out of steam, and we basically keep playing spells, keep hitting the opponent for damage, and to avoid us from milling ourselves in the process, we have 2 Nexus of Fate, because when Nexus of Fate is casted and will go to the graveyard, it goes to the library instead. So having 2 in the deck makes it so that even if we have an infinite cycle here with Niv, we don't mill ourselves as we keep drawing cards, right? So Nexus stopped that from happening, and thus we kill them that way. So we have the entire deck list made to enable this to happen as consistently as we possibly can, because we want to make our opponents cry as many times as humanly possible. How do we do this? Well, we have 3 dive downs here, which enable us to protect the Omnispell Adept when we play it. So we can play it 6 mana, we pay 5 to play the Omnispell Adept, and then when our opponent tries to Chupacabra, Voracious Contempt, Excellence Binding, Tribunal, Convoke Tribunal, I don't remember how you say that card. When they try to target to get rid of him, Lava Coil, what? We don't give a shit. We dive him down and we give him Hexproof and protect him, because all we need to do is have Omnispell Adept live 1 turn. Once that happens, we go Apex of Power, and then we go to town. Obviously, we have to find Omniscience, so Omniscience, whatever. So if we don't find it, we have to draw, and the game goes on, right? Like, this combo doesn't Omnispell Adept living 1 turn doesn't enable this combo to 100% happen, right? But I figured that running more than 1 Omniscience may be a detriment, because you can draw some very, very poor hands. But this deck list is up it can be modified. It can be optimized, definitely. But I went Grixis because I find the likes of Golden Demise and Moment of Craving more efficient against the current best of one ranked metagame rather than red with Fiery Cannonade and Lava Coil, because those cards don't enable you to destroy the Adento Vanguard. And white weenie decks are quite prevalent. And Moment of Craving's health gain also enables you to gain health against mono red. So it's just a better card in general against mono red because of the health gain, and against mono white because it kills the Adento Vanguard, like I said, because it bypasses the indestructible proc, which is why we're running Grixis. We're also running Discovery to enable us to, you know, more consistently pull into our combo pieces. And we're also running Connive and Concoct because with Connive, we can use it against aggro to steal a 2-drop from them and slow them down significantly. Or we can use Concoct to Surveil 3, potentially send our Niv to the graveyard, and then resurrect it that same turn. Because we do Surveil before returning a creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield. So it's one of our ways to bypass the predicament that is running Niv in this list because we're going Grixis. So having 3 sources of red mana for it is easier said than done. Concoct enables us to bypass that. It also synergizes well with the Adept because we can play this effect for 3 mana instead of 5. And it's one of the most recent additions to the deck that has really helped it out in my eyes. As that is, you know, the deck list right there. We try to stay alive until the point in which we play the Omnispell Adept. We combine it with Apex of Power, and then we reach the epitome of knowledge and wisdom and mental power in general. And we just go crazy on our opponent. It's absolutely such a toxic way of playing Magic the Gathering, and I get all tingly inside just thinking about it. So I'm gonna hop onto the ranked ladder with this bad boy, and hopefully, just hopefully, I get to showcase it off to its true potential. So without further ado, let's head on to some games, and you know, hope you enjoy them. Let's do this. Did that for you know, dramatic intensity. Alrighty. Let's climb back up. I tanked my rank like crazy, you know, trying to make this deck work. Like, we had good win streaks, but then we had terrible losing streaks because there was a lot of tweaking to be made. But hopefully, you know, I can showcase off the power, the potential of this deck. The overwhelming memory. We're gonna keep this in, actually. We have card draw. We have good removal tools in case we're facing like an aggressive deck. This could be mono blue tempo. So we have both Moment of Craving and Golden Demise. So we're going to lead off with our Steam Vents because we have no turn 1 play anyways. And we do have the Swamp. We don't have the other mana for Golden Demise though. That could be an issue. If he has a Curious Obsession right off the bat, that could be a problem. Alright. Well, hopefully he doesn't have like a Dive Down or a Spell Pierce. And he has no mana, so that's good for us. That's good for us. Get land screwed. That's what you get for keeping 1 land. Asshole. Let's drop that, but let's not play Moment of Craving until he tries to play something onto it. Like another Curious Obsession, for example. Alright. It would be quite interesting if my opponent like decided to play another. Okay, so if he had a Curious Obsession, playing that would have been a bad play. Alright. I'm gonna attempt the Moment of Craving this. He could have a Dive Down. But if he does and I draw into a Swamp here, then I can clear his board with a Golden Demise, which is what I want, you know? But unfortunately we do not get that. Well, you know. We do have the potential to Chemist's Insight. If we see, like, the only thing that we're legitimately counter is like a golden, another Curious Obsession. Maybe a Genie as well, like a Djinn. My turn, so we Chemist's Insight. Time to get drawing here. Alright. Okay, it took a while, but we got it. He probably has a counter spell, if I were to guess. I'd rather not waste my Golden Demise like this. I'm not taking immediate damage. And I do have counter spells. Okay. Because I'm just 1 mana away from being able to counterspell his counterspell. While playing Golden Demise. Because I'm at 5 mana, right? So depending on what he does here, I'll go for the Chemist's Insight, or I will try to draw. I will definitely counter this. And I will just do this. Wipe out his board! Oh, that felt good. He gave me the opening with that Jhin play. And down goes another Siren Storm Tamer. At least it's not a Jhin, because a Jhin would be problematic. We could connive, but he probably has the tools to counter that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he has some sort of counter spell there. So we need to be patient in a way here. We need to keep our own counter spell still available and go for the Chemist's Insight to just kind of like refill our options. Yeah, we have to pass here actually. We have the Wizard's Retort, so if he wants to play like a Curious Obsession, we can try to counter that. And if he does counter that, then he leaves himself open for connive here. Like, we're basically thinking a few steps up ahead with this line of play. If he doesn't do anything of relevance, then we will draw. We have options. We will not miss out on good value. Normally, you want to use the Chemist's Insight on your graveyard because when you play Omniscience, you can't really you can play this for free. But there's nothing that I legitimately want to discard in my hand except maybe the Nexus of Fate. I'm going to use this and discard the Nexus of Fate. We draw into a land right there, which is pretty nice. We still can't play Niv. I'm going to play Discovery because I can still counterspell. We don't really care about Dive Down in this matchup. We can always send this to the graveyard as well, trying to draw into more key stuff. Alright. Again, patience is the key here. We know he has counter spells, so we want to be able to bypass them. And now at the end of his turn, we proc this, we discard you again. There's our Omnispell Adept. Let's drop the Surfer Falls. Now we can play Niv Mizzet here. And I'm curious as to like what he can do to counter this. Let's play the Big Boy Dragon. Because he cannot be counterspelled. We got it. Patience is the key. And also having Niv in a mono blue tempo matchup. There we go. Not really showcasing off the combo, but you know, we got more games for that. Double Nexus of Fate. This hand seems a little bit iffy, to say the least. But I have all three sources of like land here. I'm gonna keep it. Just because I can curve out into a counter spell. I'm not guaranteed a better hand with this by mulliganing, especially when going first. Going down one card can be devastating. Even though we have like two sort of bricks here, the rest of the hand is actually quite fine. So we're just gonna go with this. Like, because our mana curve seems pretty good. And there is Chemist's Insight. I really like seeing that card there. We still have the Wizard's Retort available for us, and next turn we can proc the Chemist's Insight. It seems we're facing a Dimir deck, or not. I mean, this could still be Dimir with Radical Idea, you know. Like I'm not here to judge about, you know, card slot options, but it just seems kind of a weird card to slap into the archetype in my eyes. Regardless, we draw into Niv. So, you know, this hand is making more and more sense. Unfortunately, whenever we face black, especially like control versions, it's safe to assume that they run Eldest Reborn, right? And that's one of our deck's weaknesses. Perhaps our biggest weakness is actually Dimir based control builds, because they can Thought Erasure our combo pieces away, and because, like I said, the Eldest Reborn is caca. The Eldest Reborn is very, very bad for us. Okay, he's Grixis. He's playing Grixis. Discarding a Lightning Strike. That doesn't mean he's not playing Eldest Reborn, though. We are going to Chemist's Insight here at the end of his turn. We're going to enter this tap, and we're going to call that a turn. Because we want to still enable our Chemist's Insight, we can discard one of the Nexus of Fate, and we can go on about our way. We need to have our counter spells available at all times. Yeah, we want to counter that. So it seems that this could be Grixis Dragons easily. And there we go. Perfect lineup for Niv Mizzet Parun, but I don't wanna play him and play into an Eldest Reborn. I don't want to do that just yet. I want to at least have a dive down available. So we're actually going to I want to play Discovery. Moment of Craving. We can get rid of this as well. Right. We could Chemist's Insight and discard our Niv here. But the problem is that this sort of play can be countered, while Niv can, so maybe it's not worth it. We have another counter spell available here. Oh boy. What can he steal from us? I guess a Discovery? That's fine. That's fine. He could just go for a Discovery and leave himself wide open. Which means that I am inclined to use Chemist's Insight onto Niv here, because that way I can resurrect them. And I really like that play. Plus, if I resurrect him, all I need to do is draw into another land. Yeah, this play makes more and more sense the more I think about it. Okay, we're gonna Chemist's Insight at the end of his turn. I'm gonna draw 2 cards because all we need is a land. All we need is a land, and we're good to go. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we need land number 7, and then we go for Concat. We surveil 3, get rid of Golden Demise, get rid of this land right here. We draw another one of these. Why not? And we resurrect you. And because we do this, we get a Niv onto the board 1 mana cheaper, and we have our Wizard's Retort available because he is a Dragon Wizard, which means we can counter the Eldest Reborn. We can counter it, boys. And we pick this little fucker. And we get going. And we get going. Oh, you see how these 2 cards... Oh my god, that played out exactly how I intended. And we got double Nexus of Fate, so this is pretty much over, I think. We're gonna tap you. And double Nexus of Fate easily wins the games for a shutdown. Still no crazy Apex combo, but... yeah. At least I got to showcase off that synergy right there. The reason why I'm running that card. So... I need to showcase off the combo, though. Like, I will not desist. Like, yeah, I'm winning my games, but I want to showcase off this. Okay, we're going to keep this hand. We're going to keep this hand because it is good enough. That's why I love Discovery, man. Like, Discovery is a card that I absolutely adore. We lead off with the Dragon Skull Summit, again, because we don't have a check for this. So, it's a check land. It needs a swamp or a mountain. We have no swamp, no mountain, so we need to lead off with it because, you know, from turn 2 onwards, we want to be able to do stuff, right? All right, so now we are going to drop the island, and we are going to play our Discovery. We're going to Surveil 2, and we'll send one of these to the graveyard, but we'll keep the other one. Seeing this leads me to believe like it could be Dimir, and again, they could have Thought Erasure, Grixis, another Grixis. No Thought Erasure, please. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, that was spooky. Alright. We draw into a dive down. Good card against. The problem with this matchup is the damn Eldest Reborn. So it's okay if we don't have our counterspell available that turn. I want to ensure that I draw into lands. So we're going to get rid of this. We're going to draw you. And we're going to play you because we have no play available anyway. So we want to get these Dragon Skull Summons in. Yikes. I'll get rid of Dive Down. There is our Omnispell Adept. Now we play this. And we're going to try to have our Chemist's Insight enabled, but we may need to counterspell here. Depends on what he does. This is perhaps our worst matchup, like I said. Discard control in general is very powerful against us. But towards the end of his turn, we can go Chemist's Insight. Alright. We gotta do things right. Alright. I could go Omnispell Adept, but he does have his counterspell available to him, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to pass. Because if he has Sinister Sabotage, not only will he counter our spell, but he'll return this Information Campaign to his hand, and that'll make us cry every time. So we got to avoid that. We got to avoid crying, and we got to make sure we have our counterspell available, and if he doesn't do anything of relevance, we'll go for Chemist's Insight again, discarding our Golden Demise from our hand, as it is not a card that really finds value in this particular matchup. He's going to pass. And we're just gonna Insight. Discard this. And draw more. More and more and more. There's another counter spell. I love seeing that. We gotta be patient. He probably has a counter spell available to him, which is why he's playing it now. And we cannot afford to let Nicol Bolas go by. We cannot let that happen. We're gonna play the Omnispell Adept because it cannot be countered, and we are like, he's probably gonna have an Eldest Reborn, right? This is the problem with this matchup. Like I said, like everything that they have like bypasses our defenses. Yeah, this is just this is pretty rough for us. Which makes me think maybe there's a reasoning for running like Fungal Infection instead of that, so I can actually like react to that. Yeah, maybe I should be running Fungal Infection instead of Moment of Craving. I lose on the life gain, but I can counter Eldest Reborn with that card. So maybe I should be running that. We discard that, and this is our last stand. Like, he has so many cards in hand, but we have to hope that he doesn't have an answer for this. And I have to hope that I can get this going, basically. All right, we tried. Now Nicol Bolas comes in, and unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it. And this game is a little bit over, unfortunately. Like I said, this is a very, very tough matchup for us. Like, everything about this deck. But I think I will be changing. I think I'm gonna make use of this experience here, and I'm going to change up the deck a little bit. I'm gonna add in the Fungal Infection, because just to counter the Eldest Reborn, I miss out on the health gain, but I counter Eldest Reborn with that play. Alright. Yep, I just taste defeat. So, we're gonna go ahead and tweak this a little bit, because I think that one changeup could make this deck significantly better in matchups against black decks. So we are going to go over here. We're going to take out Moment of Craving, and we're going to add in Fungal Infection. There we go. We add in 3 Fungal Infections instead of Moment of Craving, because if I Fungal Infection my own unit, I can create a Saproling, and that enables me to sacrifice that instead of my own creature to Eldest Reborn. So in a way, it counters aggro and it counters Eldest Reborn. Like, it does so much more. So I'm excited for that change right there. Unfortunately, this hand is not something we can afford to keep. It's just, we have like too few lands, and we rely very heavily on drawing into them, though. I'm just one discovery away from making this work, though. Should I risk it? With double Chemister's Insight, I'm gonna risk it. Because if I do draw into lands, this hand is actually fantastic. And like I said, I have 4 discoveries in my deck to enable that to happen easier. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna be punished for doing that. But sometimes, you know, you gotta just try it out, because this would have been a really, really solid hand otherwise. Let's just get out of this. As simple as that. We tried, and we failed. Alright. Should be better. Alright. I'm going to keep this hand because I have 2 Discovery Dispersals, which means even though I have only 2 lands in my opening hand, I can fix this rather efficiently. It seems we're facing mono white. And because we have 2 discoveries, we can do our best to search for our Golden Demise here. Also, Fungal Infection can still put in a lot of work in this one. As our opponent is just throwing them birdies at us, we are gonna drop the Surfer Falls here and go for the discovery. We need to search for that. This is an important component of our combo, but we need to search for our Golden Demise, Swamp to enable the Golden Demise, you know, etc. Unfortunately, Fungal Infection can be used to remove these 2 because they have flying, so my 1/1 blocker won't really do anything. I'm going to play another one. I may as well draw these, right? They're not Golden Demise, but they still do the work of, like, blocking these. As our opponent seems to have been a little bit stuck here. We can connive that if we want. I mean, why not, right? Let's just steal it. My bird! My bird now! Just go with that. Why not? Alright. Fascinating match, I know. Outstanding. Alright, let's see if we can climb a little bit back up after that unfortunate loss and that unfortunate mana screw. Alrighty. Damon! Will you be my victim, Damon? Please be my victim, Damon. We're gonna keep this in. Because we have our 3 sources of colors. And, you know, a good hand against mono white in the case, yeah, because we have AoE and we have Discovery Dispersal. We're gonna lead off with the Dragon Skull Summit. Again, we have no way to check for it, so see, that's what I like to see. But the thing is, the only thing is we need a source of black mana for next turn, so we need to use Discovery to search for it. Or Fungal Infection can work. Man, Omniscience is... It's one of our components, so we unfortunately don't want to give it up here. But what would really suck is for him to have like a turn 3... That works too. We'll take a big hit here. Let's take out Search for Scanta and let's get that Drowned Catacomb in there. Right, so Fungal Infection can trade with the Adanta Vanguard and the Dauntless Bodyguard here. Which is fantastic. And this Gold Demise is going to be absolutely glorious. That's... Damon, that's not how that works, Damon. Let's block that. And let's say goodbye to all this nonsense. Out of here. All right, he's reloading, and we're getting mana screwed here now. Oh boy. I will counter that. Man. I mean, we have the combo pieces here now. We have the combo pieces, but we are, I think we need to be patient here. I think we need to wait for one more land so we can play the Omnispell Adept alongside that. Come on, land! God damn it, dude. Okay, one more turn. We need to play around Tribunal here. One more turn, please. Oh, thank God. We're inside, boys! We are inside! We're in it! We've been patient. We've got against temptation. And that's fine. That's fine. That is so fine. This has gotta happen, boys. Everything that we build up to. We've done many questionable decisions like keeping this, but it's all gonna fall into place. You are gonna witness the 4 billion IQ, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Let's do things right. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. Like, we're gonna go boom, boom, boom. We're gonna tap 3 mana, gonna tap the Omnispell Adept, gonna cast the Apex of Power! Give me the power! We're gonna get blue mana, 10 blue mana right there, so we can play Omniscience! And now, the possibilities are endless! We play Niv for free, because free stuff is good! We are going to, we're actually gonna pay for you. Because we're gonna go Chemister's Insight here. I'm gonna hit you. And yeah, we're just gonna draw 2 cards. Oh baby, oh yo. Witness the beauty. Oh. I'm not going nuts, I promise. All right, let's go. Discovery. Wait. Oh no, we can't. Yeah, we resolved that. Sorry, like I need to get my timing right. Now we surveil. Two, we draw a card. Deal damage to that. Then we do this. Oh, the unlimited power. Oh, baby, but we're just getting started. How's our graveyard looking like? All right, let's try to surveil and see if we can send something to the graveyard. No Omni spell. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. And now, let's get the forfeit, shall we? Free Nexus of Fate. Okay, that was probably a bit of a dickish move, you know, revealing that card at the end, but I need to showcase it off in a video, okay? That is, oh my god, that was glorious. That is the objective of the deck, and you know, I was eventually able to, you know, showcase it off. It took me a bit, as I did make a slight change. I mean, we won like our first 2 games, and then we had a tough matchup against Grixis, where we couldn't really react well to Eldritch Reborn, but I do think the Fungo Infection change makes the deck much, much better, especially because of the Eldritch Reborn matchup, and it seems like a better card against white weenies as well, as you guys saw there. It enabled us to take, I mean, it had overall the same effect as a Moment of Craving did, but it was only 1 mana, so I think I would never be able to play Moment of Craving there, so definitely a better card overall, in my opinion. And the fact that it can counter, what I mean by it being able to counter Eldritch Reborn is that I can get -1/-1 to my own creature and then create a sapling token and sacrifice that token instead of the creature, because Eldritch Reborn is one of the most powerful cards against us. So that change right there, I think, is very, very impactful, which is why I'm, you know, making such a big fuss about it. And, you know, that is the power of 4 billion IQ. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Check out this deck list yourselves, you know, if you're a fan of absolute degeneracy. Which, you know, nothing to be ashamed about, honestly. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and all that goodness. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more videos and Drex and English and all that stuff. Fucking love ya. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.